EJ's father learns firsthand how brutal, demanding, and abusive his new business partner can be in the Season 6 premiere of The Chi. Will an act of cold-blooded murder, carried out just a few feet from Emmett's horrified face, be sufficient to convince him to stop doing business with Douda? Keisha and Emmett are having morning sex, but she isn't into it. She also doesn't like how he wants to ignore the kid's cries until he is done. He objects, saying they can't always get what they want. She responds with, "You can't always get what you want, either," standing up and donning her robe. As they argue, we hear that Keisha is almost hired as a teacher, but she must first pass an observation. Emmett discovers Otis waiting for him outside the flat as he heads to Smokey's for the restaurant's grand reopening party. Emmett is instructed to get in the car by Douda's goons. Sounds ominous, don't you think? Instead, Otis tells him, "I have to invest in you as a man," and drives him to get a new suit. They then raise a glass and toast to new beginnings and new friendships. Before Emmett is asked to handle a gun for a moment and the reality of what he's gotten himself into sets in, it's all sharp threads and champagne. Keisha is late for her observation and doesn't gain any extra marks by challenging the teacher's insistence on making a male student read in front of the class, even though it is obvious that he doesn't want to. Keisha respectfully asserts herself, yet it is ineffective. The teacher suggests that perhaps you are not the best candidate for the position. But later, when the teacher sees how well Keisha and the boy connect over the book, she is given the job. Emmett informs her eagerly that Otis assisted him in purchasing a new car, a substantial sum of money in his bank account, and a prospective Smokey's location in New York when she gets home. She isn't happy that the former mayor is so involved in their life, but she sets her displeasure aside so they may enjoy her first day on the job. However, Keisha's joy is short-lived when she learns that Emmett purchased Tiffany a vehicle without first informing her at Otis' request. After a brief argument, he gets out of bed and leaves without informing Keisha of his destination. He ends himself hanging out in a pub with Douda and two of his hired auto thieves, where the group's senior member instructs the younger men on how to light a cigar properly. Even though Emmett isn't sure he's ready to buy a property like Keisha desires, Otis coerces him into speaking with his realtor, and then screams at him for his uncertainty. Douda promises, "If you listen to me, I'll make sure you have enough money to keep all your women very, very happy." Then, with as much ease as if he were standing up to use the loo, Otis shoots a man at a nearby table who had irritated him earlier in the evening, killing him. Otis puts on his coat nonchalantly and waves everyone goodnight, while Emmett watches in horror. After Victor made his confession in the Season 5 finale, Tyra and him are still very much together. However, he is anxious about the upcoming election. She reassures him, "Your life will go on whether you win or lose." Quincy, the campaign manager for Victor, believes that he needs a viral event to increase his chances of winning the city council seat. The staff member explains, "You need to be caught doing something nice, relatable, and family-friendly." So after accidentally dousing Victor with a drink at Smokey's, he covertly films him changing his shirt, and maybe it works. Quincy receives a promotion to chief of staff after Victor narrowly prevails. Despite her earlier reticence to attend the victory party without drawing the wrath of transphobes, Tara turns up, and Victor is a very content man. Kevin, a now emancipated minor, gets his own flat but goes back home to buy food. His mother and Jared catch him in the act. They warn him that being an adult also involves learning about money matters, but Nina feels sorry for him and gives him the food bag. Kevin has a celebration to christen his new home later on in the program. Once practically everyone has left, Kevin and Maisha share a kiss. Otis coaxes his way back into Tracy's bed, but he leaves by dawn. As Tracy browses social media, she notices an Eartha Kitt interview about partnerships and compromise. Otis and Rob come to a new agreement that increases Rob's portion. Gemma is not satisfied about Marcus' romantic involvement with Fatima, who wants to be his formal girlfriend. A little older co-worker of Papa's at Smokey's has caught his attention.